Oh, dang it. Ugh. I bet the stream title isn't right. Better change the stream title real quick. Restream.io. Connect to OBS, Zoom, etc. It's September 8th. HermitCraft 9 live. Update. Okay. Now that we got that sorted, let's play some music.
Who's the guy who can conquer death? That's Joe Hills. He plays for Nashville when he plays Minecraft. That's Joe Hills. That's Joe Hills.
8:30 p.m. the usual streaming setup. Turn on the lights, make sure they're bright and gleam. Title, tweet, pour water, tank top, and chroma. OBS seems all set, so I click start the streaming. So I'll pause, fold in, and open VLC. I'll pick 2 songs before lay your head down and dream. I'll say that's us to y'all, Joe Hills from Tennessee. Folks asking when will my stream begin? After howdy, it's items and chest tools breaking. Pickaxe went poof while talking to you professional Minecrafter here, there's no mistaking. So I'll click crafting quick anvil time and champ pick, then I'll replace the books in a random chest with care. I'll tour my winery, I'm sure there's blocks somewhere, and then I'll hush and hush and hush and hush chat swear. Not any closer to recording. Folks keep asking and asking and asking and asking, when will my stream begin? Seriously, y'all, I need to record this next episode I've been working toward. I can't edit without footage, no. Once I'm all geared up, maybe we can start the show.
Can we start the show? Can we take down the setting up stream sign? I guess we can. Howdy, y'all. Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee. It's wet outside. It's raining. I didn't bring an umbrella. I have a funnel. I guess I can use the funnel to funnel the rain. I didn't think this through. What if we put other things in the funnel? Like fish. I think we should go work on our guppy geyser today. Now, there's one thing left we need to do for our guppy geyser. And that is to get an actual item sorter in. Also, I should check that we're actually live. Because now that I'm looking at it, we might not be. I'm very distracted this morning. Got a lot of ideas bouncing around in my head. Okay. Decked out room time. Indeed. Okay, so first thing I need to do is I need to turn off live reactions. Edit video. Live reactions off. Slow mode 1. Okay. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Okay, it's one of those weird, it doesn't feel like Friday mornings, because we had a short week here in the United States because of Labor Daber, as they call it down Atlanta, Georgia way. Just one more day to decked out too, I know, so that's why we need to build something showcasing, kind of our decked out thing. What I need to do is I need to find... Did I leave the box with all the iron? Did I leave all the surplus iron back at the fish farm? Yeah. Okay, so what we don't have is enough stone or iron at the moment. Ooh, wait. Here's some blocks of raw iron. We can go cook that. Here's some normal raw iron. Okay, so let's run down to... Steri says also in Canada we have Labor Day too. La da 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 da. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Any of these have iron cooked in them? No, of course not. I cleaned that up all earlier. So we'll let that run for a little bit, because I think we're going to need some more hoppers. I need to figure out how to make... Did I leave the redstone upstairs? Dang it. I need to figure out how to make comparators. Somebody said I need quartz for that, which I have quartz. That's not redstone, that's red concrete. Dun, 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 dun. Hunter Sky says, I thought you weren't going to be there tomorrow. Yeah, but my room in the foyer, a bunch of people are going to be walking past, so it needs to be all done. Quartz, smooth stone, and redstone torches. Okay, thank you. Just out of curiosity, I'm thinking a lot about I realized that a conversation I was struggling to kind of mentally process, like, these are repeaters. Oh, I don't have the quartz on me. Quartz. Okay. Now that's... So I need 4 comparators, and that's not enough. Okay. I realized that I was looking at a conversation that I was having with some other folks the other day about approaches to art, and I realized that I realized, like, afterward, not at the time, that we were actually having a conversation about what individual artists hold sacred and profane in relation to how they create things, their approaches to create, because creation can be a very spiritual thing. They actually started the Bible with a story about creation, which is, you know, kind of one of those things that shows, like, oh, people might like it, you know. It's got top billing there. So I don't know. I've been thinking about that, and I was wondering, does anybody in the audience know if there's been any? I know there's a lot of writing about explorations of religion through art and exploring the concepts of the sacred and profane there. But is there? Can anyone recommend any books or papers about exploration of the creation of art itself and techniques as being viewed as sacred or profane? Because, I mean, I think there's a thing with there are some monks that do sand art where the creation itself is, like, the act of creating is considered sacred. But I'm sure there's other examples, too. So if y'all have any recommendations on books or papers about that. Another thing I realized as I started considering this is that there's a lot of overlap between... Also, like, because, like, sometimes expectations of what is sacred and what is profane defines immediate reaction to things, right? And I realized that fandom as well has a lot of ideas about what is or isn't sacred, or what is or isn't profane. And if anybody has any writings that they could recommend about explorations of the sacred and profane kind of reaction within fandom to things. I think that would be worth exploring. Badger Spanner says The Creative Act by Rick Rubin is an interesting book along these lines. Ooh. Visit site. Who is Rick Rubin, just out of curiosity? Is he somebody that I should know I'm just ignorant about? 9-time Grammy-winning producer, co-founder of Def Jam Records, and has worked with Adele, the Beastie Boys, and Public Enemy. Salem says, I think I do. I have an academic article on how fandom creates in-group expressions of identity. Interesting. Yeah. See, that's the sort of thing, is like, you know, when we talk about, like, trying to make interesting things, we need to consider how people are going to react to them to some degree. We can't let that stop us from making what we want to make, but we need to consider what we should want to make. What, like, if you're going to upset people with art, you should do it with intention and goals, I feel, not just for the sake of upsetting people. He's one of the biggest music producers ever. Okay. Sorry, I'm super ignorant. Thank you, Badger. And Drew Baca confirms. Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Good to know. Yeah, because, like, I didn't realize how emotionally some people would react to this discussion, because I didn't realize at the time... I didn't realize when I started having this discussion with people, it was a discussion about the sacred and about the profane. I just thought it was a conversation about approaches to art. You know what I mean? And I'm realizing I need to, in order to have constructive conversations about art sometimes, we need to use every tool available, right? Salem says, I also have a lot of articles on appropriative art, which might be useful because that bitterness toward tools is very adjacent. Uh-oh, I'm not supposed to fly over Scarland. Ah, I was looking at the other thing. I'll get back to your comment in a minute, Salem. Badger says, I already have the book. I can bring it with me next month for you to take back. It's more on the creative side, not about the fandom side. No, that's fair. Yeah, but I guess what I'm saying is, like, I want to... I think I need to explore both. I figure on the fandom side, it would be maybe a few academic papers here and there. Rick Rubin did a few, or did all of Johnny Cash's latest albums. Wow, that's cool. Welcome, SSC Grub. Welcome, Chloe the Great and Powerful. Yeah. I need to be better at recognizing when I'm approaching conversations that overlap the concept of the sacred and profane without waiting until somebody freaks out at me because I've done something profane. If that makes sense. Like, I want to be generally respectful and open to different people's belief systems and things. And, like, if you're talking about a concept like religion, where we have clear social cues that concepts are sacred or profane, then it's easy to avoid accidentally upsetting somebody. But if you're talking about something like art, where it's the same emotional responses can be evoked, but we don't have the same social expectations for how we discuss it, I'm a little bit less, like, you know, savvy, maybe. Back here says, are you still not finished your room and decked out? I'm working on the item filters for underneath here. Okay. So, let's temporarily disable the redstone for the sensors. well, I mean, that's disabled now. Okay. So I'm going to mark where those, where I need to put the redstone back later. That was the wrong place to remove that. I should have removed it here. Oops. Nope. Oh, wait, that's not it. It's here. There we go. So in the course of this discussion about art and approaches to art, one participant also mentioned that they felt like this overlapped heavily with the kind of feel or vibe of conversations about disability accommodations, which is really an apt observation, I think, because I believe that some people's approach to like academia also borders on religious fervor in terms of what is sacred or what is profane. Like, you can't do that simply because you can't, is the sort of thing that, like, you know, academics don't want to be thought of as, you know, closed-minded, but like there are certain things that people internalize and they become these beliefs that are no longer grounded in rationality through repetition and just the assumption that they're right. And so Kindleist says, here's an interview about how people make their daily activities sacred. That might be a good read. Interesting. I'm gonna bookmark that and come back to it. Okay. But yeah, thank you, Kindleist, for sharing that. Okay. But yeah. It's interesting to think, like, sometimes if I'm in a conversation with somebody and I feel like they're reacting more strongly to something than they should, I should consider that maybe I'm inadvertently transgressing some sort of sacred boundary for them. And whether or not it's rational for them to treat that boundary as sacred, I'm going to get further maybe if I approach it like I would any conversation about religion or deeply held beliefs, rather than trying to approach it as a purely logical argument. Because once I recognize that their argument is not grounded necessarily in logic, then that frees me up to focus on an emotional and an empathetic approach, rather than just trying to explain my point of view. And it gets into like, oh, like, and that's, you know, like, because you can be from a different religion than somebody and share comparisons and contrasts about your beliefs without necessarily trying to convert them, right? Where you're not trying to be evangelical or argue your points. You're just trying to say, oh, that's interesting. Why do you believe that? We believe something similar, but for a different reason. You know, like conversations about art or other things that make people feel that fervor, that concept of the sacred. There's something here. I feel like I'm genuinely learning something here. Stellar Spider suggests that this could be called a cultural humility. This is like I'm really yeah. This is a lot for me to chew on, and I'm still processing it. Because it never really occurred to me to approach certain things this way, but I already have plenty of experience treating religious topics this way. Because in Tennessee, people love talking about their religions. And like I said, they're not always necessarily trying to convert you or anything, but like, it's just something people like to talk about, you know? And so I have a good idea of how to talk about religion with somebody while being respectful, while completely disagreeing with them. But I'm not necessarily as good about that with concepts in like fandom or art. And there's genuinely something really beneficial here that I'm going to have to try to put into practice, I think, and figure out, like, I'm not sure how to leverage this constructively necessarily, but just not spinning my wheels at all is, I think, helpful. Scott Hart says, George Lakoff had an interesting analysis of political messaging in the 20 odds on how we tend toward values that ring true to traditional values versus facts or truth. And Salem says there's a concept of holy envy, that even for faiths you don't follow, there will be some practice you're delighted or envious of. I think cultivating that helps with differing perspectives on art. Nope Queen says the difference between I don't like this and this is bad. Flynn says I have the opposite. There was never a problem disagreeing with people in church, and I've been in fandom for a good while now. Scott Hart says it's on politics, not art, but it might be relevant to the process you're looking for. No, that's exactly it. I mean, that's the thing though, is I'm looking at like a broader set of tools. I feel like the tools I have for discussing art are too limited for some of the conversations I need to have. And I want to become more... I need to be better at understanding other people's point of view, which this conversation has really helped me with. But I also need to get better at communicating in a way that's considered constructive. And to me, logical arguments are always the most constructive arguments until they're not. And recognizing the line of until they're not, I think, is a lot of recognizing boundaries between where people are coming at something from a position of treating it as a logical conclusion and where people are treating something as sacred. Because when you transgress sacred boundaries, you're blaspheming, and that creates this emotional response that just destroys any constructive movement forward. Okay, so we're about to start on... I'm going to go light that bit up a little bit better, too. There's just some dark areas here that make me a little uncomfortable. Evan says, I don't think I'm awake enough to contribute to this conversation. No, that's okay. Drew Baka writes, when I first became an atheist, I struggled a lot with this. It cost me a few woo friends before I figured out that people dislike evangelical atheists even more than the evangelical theists. Yeah, I think it's the evangelism that annoys people, not necessarily your beliefs is the thing, you know? Okay, so let's try to get an item filter in here. Okay. So, like, when people talk about, like, all sorts of things in the artistic world, you can run into the... Okay, so this actually needs to go underneath here. Okay. Oh my gosh, this hopper already... Ugh. This thing must have ran like nonstop overnight. Dang it. Hopefully it ended up in somebody's videos. Uh-oh. Okay. Now the thing is, I think for this to work though, the hopper on top has to Minecraft wiki hopper item filter. If you don't want me to read your comments in the uwu voice, don't have a name with an uwu in it. Nope, Queen says, my dad used to say if it's not unsafe, illegal, or immoral, it's not your job to tell them their business. He never taught me how to have a polite conversation about it, though. Dalton says, what are you working on? I'm building an item filter. Wubaka Whites, I wasn't complaining. That's fine. Okay. But, like, it's interesting because it's become clear that, like, some folks are going to be uncomfortable with things that to me would be like, oh, well, that's just, you know, part of whatever. Like, okay. So we feed that into there, and then we feed... Oh, the one under it needs to come this way, though. And, of course, I just filled that with obsidian. Dang it. Okay. So... Is this one empty? Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. I need a comparative there. Hold on. Okay, so... Okay, so I need to have this come from here. Oh, dang it. Oh, that actually worked. And I turned it on? Maybe. And then I have redstone, 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 and then... Is that a repeater there? Yeah, I guess I need to make a repeater. Did we ever build a workbench down here? Good, good, good. Okay. I'm also now worried that, like, maybe all of these were completely full. Okay. That one's not. That one's not. Okay. Whoops. Wait, no, it goes to... Dang it. Salem says, I think I have to actually read Foucault because he keeps coming up in communications research. I probably should read Foucault too. I just haven't had time. I'm bad at making time for everything I need to do. Okay, so then we have a redstone torch here, which... Do we have extra redstone torches? No. Do we have any extra trees or wood here? No. Oh, yeah. Hold on, sticks. Okay. So then we have... Oh, wait, no, that needs to go here. And then... Glad there's room down here. Okay. Seems like the one on the website here is bigger for some... Yeah, the one on the website is wrong. Okay. Great. Good job, Wiki. Okay. Okay. So now we're going to get an empty bucket, or an empty shulker. We're going to put it there. And we'll come around that way. Yeah, we're not using these side by side anyway. So, okay. So what I need to do is, in this one up here, I'm going to put in one bucket and then, like, 4 ender pearls, right? But then when I put in more buckets... Ooh, okay. That's basically it. That's all we need. So I need to understand why that is a problem. Hold on. So why is that not drawing buckets out of there, though? So it'll take buckets out of here. The dropper is powered and locking the hopper below. Oh, that's because of the, yeah, we left this turned on. Yeah, okay. Yep. So, yeah, I had locked it to stop it from dropping more things. Okay. Okay, so now, if we put 4 of these in there... Perfect. Salem says, I just ran across an article with... I'm going to pin these messages so I can find them later. That's this... So, Badger, I know you said that you would bring me a copy of that book, but since I'm about to get on an airplane and it looks like a pretty short book, I might just buy myself an ebook copy of it to read on the plane. So that way I don't have to wait to see you next month to read it. Because it sounds really cool, that Rick Rubin book. And I'll try and grab these other papers and articles and stuff before I go too. No, Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so we got one of these built. Just a few more. Here we go. Of course, I didn't bring an axe with me. Okay. So if we have this one here, and then we... Okay, see, this is where it gets problematic. Oh! Okay, I'm seeing this now. I'm seeing what's going on here. Okay, so... So for this, we need to move that. We need to move that line so it's up higher, I think, and out of the way of the filter. Okay, we'll come back to that next. Let's deal with the filter first. Okay, so we need this one to point this way. We need this one to point, ta-da, that way. So we can have a shared exit bucket for those two. Okay, so now we're going to come out here. And we need comparator facing out this way. Dun, 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 dun. Do, do, do. Okay, so one this way, then we go one down and one down again. Okay, and then boop. Redstone torch is going to go underneath there. Repeater here. Yep, so we're going to have to fix that. Dang it. Okay. So, why is this not triggering? Do I need to flip the comparator into the other mode, maybe? My output's full? Thank you. Good understanding there. So we have accidentally made a box of fish here. We can put in the one with the buckets then. And then, yeah, it starts working. Oops. Dang it. This is going poorly. Okay, let's try putting in one more tropical fish here, freeing up some inventory spots. Okay, so now the redstone shouldn't interfere across here, is my hope. And we'll find out if not. Yeah, this is we're underneath my decked out room right now. Yes, good eye. Good eye, mate. Okay, so we're adjusting it so that the redstone that leads directly to the hopper, or to the dispensers, is going... The redstone leading to the dispensers is going to be a different material than the... Okay, so yeah, we're going to have a similar problem here. So we're going to want to deal with that. Okay, let's put down this box of tropical fish right now so we have a place to put surplus fish. Also, whoops. Let's take this empty shulker as well here. Yeah, that's pretty full already. Well, you know what? So, empty buckets go in there. We have to break this entire thing. So let's just break it. Okay. So that hopper is going to go into there. Extra shulker box pops out. That's fine. Just like I was expecting. Okay, so one of those. One of those. Dang it. One of those. One of those. Extra things go in here. Bum, 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 ba, na, 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 na. Okay, so now we're going to use the Prismarine to run the comparator bit here. So we're going to put the empty shulker here. And actually, wait, hold on. Because that... No, we want it on the other side. Yeah, so this way we can go through the middle here. See this whole thing. Okay. And we're gonna need to break that one too. Let's drop off the extra fish. Yeah, this is my foyer room. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so extra fish are gonna go in here. Okay. Wrong one. Dun 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 da 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 da. Okay, so we're gonna break that one. Perfect. Oh, this is gonna be. This is. I was really stressing out about leaving for the weekend and having the Guppy Geyser not be able to clean itself. Whoops. Don't want to do that yet. Messed that up. Okay. Let's go put the surplus fish away. It's fine. We're making progress. One, two, and this one here actually needs to be one of these. Okay. Yeah, then we'll put in the hopper last. Okay. Yeah, we may have to move this signal splitter over. Like we did on the other one, but that's okay. Okay. Yeah, we can do that next. Okay, so this one runs to that one and that one. Okay. Yeah, and that runs over there. Got it. Okay. Oh, we need a repeater underneath there. That makes sense. Morning, Technologic. Glad you could join us. We're doing redstone. Uh-oh. We're getting a lot more shulker boxes full of fish than I was hoping for this point in the project, but okay. So if I pull those out there. What was wrong over here, I guess is the question. Dang it. Okay. Is it that the comparator... Okay, wait, that's supposed to be full of fish. This one... I've got it... Oh, I've got it at the wrong level. The whole thing is built one too high. It was looking at the wrong... It was looking at the input hopper, not the output hopper. not, you know, great. Okay. We can fix that. Boom, 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 no, 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 no. Okay. Okay, so that's probably right now. Dang it. I did that on the wrong one. That was not the filtering one. Filtering one is this one. Fish are going in here. Bye, fish. I think I want that on. Okay. Okay, now it's only bringing in those. Good, good, good. Okay, so let's take this one. And we're going to real quick hop up here. I'm going to put in a hopper there. We're going to put a bucket of tropical fish. So now we're gonna need to run a copper line along here down to here. And we can go grab this leftover copper here without breaking Tango's redstone. We're going to want to have 2 copper lines coming out from there and there. We can have that come down here like so. Dang it, are we really out of copper? Boo. I thought we had precisely enough. Welcome, Mr. Deville. What's the biome there? No idea. We are not allowed to punch into decked out to... it's been suggested that I just use Tango's fish from decked out. We are not allowed to punch into the dungeon for this project. Tango is very cool about letting me do redstone in this area at all. We are not gonna make trubs. Chloe the Great and Powerful with our first tip of the stream, because I forgot to post the tipping link. Tips 14, it says getting out of the hotbar fund. So here we go. That is going to put us 6 away from the next face camera expansion milestone. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Yeah, Decked Out launches on Saturday. Yep, so we're going to need a NOT gate here. Okay. Ooh, actually, we're going to need to invert that twice. Yeah. Actually, wait, no, it should be off right now. So I walk around up here. Yeah, okay, so we actually want it off. Hey, we got a tip rolling in from Chloe the Great and Powerful. Whoa, we got several. So, whoa, sorry, I got distracted trying to do the redstone. We got 10 from Salem. That is going to push us over into 24. So here we go. It's time to say howdy, y'all. Grow Hills here, expanding as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee. Dee-da-dee-da-dee, dee-da-dee-da-dee, and then we got Chloe the Great and Powerful yelling, get out! Tipping another 7. That's going to bring us 9 away for the next expansion. And then Flynn tips 10, and we're going to get another expansion from that. So here we go. Expand, Joe. Do-do-do-do. So thank you very much, Flynn, Salem, and Chloe. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Okay. Okay. So we need to work on... how to... I don't think I'm locking the bucket removers now. I don't think the bucket removers are getting locked. I think we're already okay there, Kindless. So this one is also too high. Yeah. So this is where the repeater needs to go. Excuse me. Okay. Is that the right? Yeah, that's going the right way. This setup also only uses 2 redstone lines in. I don't care about having too many redstone lines in. This is because in the long run I might want to set this up with 4 sensors. I just haven't had time. So I'm yeah. Yeah, we don't need all of these anti-water things now that we've got this big pit in the middle to pull the water into it either. Okay. Yeah, I like having them on independent lines for the time being. Yeah, I know I'm linking them up anyway for now, but that's not necessarily the long-term goal. Okay, so we put that there, and then we put the last hopper facing that. And let's make sure we've got that set up properly, and we feed that in there. Now, at this point, if we have extra buckets and we put them in here, they should go down. So let's put a stack of buckets right here. Okay. So why did that... okay. Is the... oh, I don't have the comparator in. This is why we test. You want to have a comparator in your comparator item filter. That's, as the kids would say, kind of crucial. Okay, we're going to have to step aside here for a second. Okay, so now... does it matter if the comparator is powered or not? Because, like, some of these comparators I have on and some of them I have off, and they all seem to be doing the same thing. This seems like the sort of thing I should understand before I'm getting too deep into this, but we're very deep into this, and I still have no clue. They should be off. Kindleless says it... well, Ecologs and Kindleless both say it doesn't matter. Does it... what does it do? Switches are for side... oh, gotcha. Okay, so since we're not using the side inputs, it doesn't matter at the moment, is the idea. Okay. Oh, dang it, that's the wrong place for that. Okay. What I think I actually wanted to do was to put in a pillar of prismarine here with a ladder on it to get up there. Okay, cool. And then we put the one with all the fish on it and there. We can see how many fish we've lost already. Wow, okay. I mean, they weren't lost, but okay. Okay, so we have 2 empty shulker boxes now. Let's put those, whoops. Probably placing random redstone torches and decked out, not a good idea. Okay. Extra buckets can go in there for right now, as well as the bone meal. We don't really care about the bone meal. Extra ender pearls can go in there for right now, too. Okay. Okay, 1 thing of tropical fish. Here, I forgot the other box. That one has a lot of fish feeding into it. Okay, so these 2 are the remaining ones. So now we can fully fill in everything here. Okay, so okay, 1 random fish there, 1 random fish there. Interesting. Oh, it's because I never put a box on that one. Okay. Can break that, take the shulker out, put this other one in. Okay. So we have now 3 empty shulkers. And we probably have about 3 empty shulkers worth of buckets, too. In theory, I could take those buckets with me all in one thing, but it seems easier to... Wait, how come that one is... Something is locking that. Double check all your sorter hoppers for tropical fish where there shouldn't be. Yeah, that's what I'm realizing. No. There's always one left in the hopper below the filter. Okay. So the extra fish are just a left in the hopper below the filter are just a vestigial thing that we can clean up now, and they won't repopulate necessarily. Welcome, Sydney Strong. Glad you could join us. Okay, so 1 extra fish there and 1 extra bucket. Okay, so those aren't filling back in though. Okay. Oops. Okay, feeling good here. Dang it. Falling good here. Okay, got 2 extra fish I can put in a box somewhere. Wow, this particular chain of hoppers is very empty. Okay, so if I put in 2 fish there, do those actually go down to the end? Yeah, they do. Okay, so we're gonna want to reclaim these as well. Yeah. We take the shulker boxes out. Okay. So, I think we're good now. Tango will have easy access to his thing here. Okay. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Do 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 do. Okay, so those can go in there. Redstone stuff actually should go back in the redstone boxes. I'm like, why is my inventory full of redstone nonsense? Don't I have boxes for that? We can reshape these into... Oh, we don't want to reshape those into blocks yet, because we have to replace that there. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting there's a puffer fish in there. I don't want people messing with my redstone. Yeah, I got Margaritaville stuck in my head. Okay. So, how many pieces of redstone do I need to finish this? 1 and 2. Okay. Dang it. Okay, feeling good about this. So let's free up the inventory space and then do the recording. So we need to save all, or turn all but 2 redstone into blocks. Put those blocks away, put the quartz away. Obsidian can go away. Hey, Toxic, we are just in the process of... I just added 4 item filters underneath here for our Guppy Geyser thing. So... switch to recording mode, start recording. Okay. So... we're going to have the poetry prompt from Bioduck here. Okay. So, HermitCraft Season 9, Episode 72, segment outro, take 1. And action. I had so much fun at Cub Fans Museum. Unfortunately, when I asked Scar about getting a ticket to Scarland, he said, just go in my base, you can find them there. And so if anybody wants to leave a comment in the YouTube comment section below about, like, which part of Scar's base is where I could find the ticket, I was too embarrassed to ask. Because he implied, like, that was super, like, easily, blatantly obvious. But I was thinking about it. I'm like, he has, like, a tree and a theme park. So, yeah, feel free to let me know in the comments section below where to look for that Scarland ticket. I really want to showcase that soon. I also want to showcase Decked Out. We're going to be playing that soon. But before I can really fully open my Guppy Geyser, I realized what I needed to do was put some item sorters under here. So that way we can pull buckets out as they get deployed from our dispensers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say hi to ZF because I'm a friendly Joe. And then we're going to fully turn this on. We have a little crouch going on so our footsteps don't activate either one of these footstep calibrated sensors. I've got a pufferfish guard in that one, so nobody will touch my redstone. You know, that's how HermitCraft Civil Wars get started. But watch. So now, at this point, if I jump over here and I start walking around, well, for one thing, I'll get pufferfished. I just heard some fish get deployed. I hear them flopping around up there. Let's go up to the top now and see how those fish are doing. Uh-oh, running low on rockets. Not great. Hey, Creeper, stay out of Decked Out. Can we get over here before the fish despawn? Yay. So those fish flopping around are not currently activating the skulk sensors, but if they cross this threshold here, which is kind of the spiritual successor to the pressure plates, I've got the wool set up along here such that any fish that make it into the foyer will start triggering more fish. So somebody walking past here, if I uncrouch, let's just do some footsteps real quick, then recrouch. All of a sudden we got stuff popping out. What? Pretty good. Fish that flop into the foyer will also trigger that. I'm feeling real excited about that. But you know what? Before we go, I need to mention that this episode was mid-roll ad-free. And that's thanks to Patreon sponsor Bioduck. In lieu of that mid-roll ad, I will now provide a poetry prompt of my own devising. Nature is healing. Again! Like I said, y'all, I am so excited about Decked Out opening this weekend. I'm going to start recording and uploading episodes of that early next week. Tango worked so hard on this. I cannot wait to share it with y'all. I'm so excited. But thanks again to Bioduck for Patreon sponsoring this episode. Until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring. Stream, don't leave. That's the end of the recording, not the end of the stream. Let me just make sure that I had my levels and stuff right while I'm still here, because I'm going to be really annoyed if I have to re-record that. Tango worked so hard on this. I can't. Yeah, seems fine. Seems fine. Okay. So I'm going to crouch, walk away. I'm not sure what the range on that thing is, but I suspect we are going to start running out of fish pretty quick. Even with all that stuff in there. I mean, like, there's a lot of shulkers of fish, but there's also a lot of hermits that are going to be Decked Out all weekend. So I figure we'll use this remaining time to maybe do some quick Guppy Geyser restocking. Or at least get back over there so I'm well positioned to restock Monday morning. We'll probably open our first Decked Out video by seeing how many of the fish or how many of the buckets were used or whatever. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. I need to send that in too. Got a lot to do before I get on the plane later. I should really be using another portal for this. Where's the nether portal? Cryptic fences. I'm so excited you made a reconstruction of the Guppy Geyser. Yeah, me too. I am super pumped. It's one of my favorite builds of the season. Wait, I just went back to decked out. Where am I heading? The wrong way. I'm meant to be going to the mines, the mining desert, because that's where the coral is. You meant on the plane. Oh, I'm going to Colorado for a pinball event called Dory Hill. It's going to be my daughter's first out-of-state tournament, so we're both very excited. Okay, so the buckets we usually put in that one. So we're going to put that chest here. Okay. Yeah. It's not an event that I like encouraged fans to go to because it's like it sells out in like 3 minutes and there's a 200-person wait list. So Tennessee Game Days isn't quite that bad, but it has a similar problem. PlayOnCon used to be that bad. I really need to find more events to go to that have, like... I mean, I guess technically Music City Multicon you can still get tickets for, but... No, the Canada trip's in October. I still have to sort out a bunch of stuff with that. Okay. You know, we need to pick one of these boxes to just fill with random garbage. Because we gotta have an empty inventory for this task. Okay. 8 minutes left in the stream. Let's do last call for tips. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. This is going to be my last stream until Monday. You can go to joehills.net/soon to learn more about my schedule. But this is the last stream of the weekend for me, since I'll be traveling. I'm hoping to get this next episode out before I leave, but honestly, we'll see. I'm a little dubious. But it doesn't make sense to have an episode about building hype for Decked Out come out after Decked Out launches. So it's going to be a much less intensely episode. It's going to be a much less intensely edited episode than the previous one. In fact, all the Decked Out episodes are going to be much less edited, you know, than the Scar thing. But that was kind of part of the reason to do the Scar thing, too, is to, like, have, like, a little last hurrah on deep edits for a while. I think if your Elytra is deployed while you're swimming, it's continuously taking damage. So I should probably stop swimming with the Elytra open. Max suggests the schedule should be linked in the description. That's a great suggestion. Not one I can implement easily right now, but one that I should implement the next time I remember. Next time I have something in front of me like that. Like the description setting thing is kind of weird and requires my full attention. And right now I am piloting a fish catcher. My body in Minecraft. But yeah, great suggestion. I will implement that at some point. Probably realistically next week. I'm a little bit behind on a bunch of stuff. I was supposed to get this newsletter out that I don't know if I'm going to get out in time. I've got the episode. I've got a panel application for a convention I need to get out. I was waiting to hear back on one of the hermits whether or not they could make it or not, and unfortunately they can't, but at least now I know one way or the other, so I can keep moving on that. A lot to do before I go. Fishies. This is one of the most relaxing things to do in Minecraft. I kind of love it. It's just so nice. Just chilling out and grabbing fishies. Whoa, thank you for the grace, Dolphin. Pufferfish are important for making sure we have breathing potions too. Do. Getting really good at grabbing those before they poison me. ZF's back and there's gonna be trouble. Hey ya, ZF's back. Dang it, that dolphin accelerated me so fast I didn't see where the fish went. They all snuck below my grasp there. Oh yeah, I've got to send out Patreon invites too before I leave. If anybody's interested in joining the Patreon, I do have a batch of invites I need to send out. Patreon.com/Joe Hills. I should probably have that higher up in my list of things to link here. Okay. Where's my potion boxes? Water breathing and night vision. And then we'll grab 2 stacks of buckets, which we can now move entirely into here. Move this back this way. Move this one down to the exit row. Already have a good one, Salem. Thanks for hanging out. Okay. Well, it is time for me to wrap up the stream. Let's see. If I go to Minecraft.com, or no, not Minecraft.com, HermitCraft.com. Here, let's see if there is... It looks like Doc has a new episode about his technology being banned. You can go watch that if you want. Until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring.